Hello, hello. In today's training video, we are going to discuss floating furniture and what that means, and how to create proper balance, scale, and proportion while space planning furniture in a large living room. I'm Susan Grant, interior decorator and owner of Color Envy Design. Busy parents and professionals hire me for in-person and remote decorating services using 3D walkthroughs and photorealistic renderings like you'll see here. My signature in-person service to Long Island and New York is data-driven color consultations, so the color you want is the color you see. All these services are designed to help clients quickly and effectively visualize how their updated spaces will look before they invest, and it stops all the stressing and guessing for them. And speaking of services, this tutorial illustrates exactly how I work with my clients virtually and in person. So let's take a look at this amazing photorealistic rendering of an actual living room space I created. And you'll notice it's to scale, it's balanced, and the furniture is floated, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But first, let's take a look at what I generally see when clients call me. Same space, same furniture. You'll notice the area rug is a little smaller and the coffee table is a little bit smaller. So we'll talk about that as we head into the 3D virtual walkthrough, which is really cool. And this is how I work with my clients. Check this out. Here we are. This is to scale virtual 3D rendering here, walkthrough, and this is how we get it all worked out with my clients. We do color and space planning collaboration. We do fabric, finish, flooring, wall color selection here. We get it all worked out, and this lets the clients see it, virtually feel it, virtually walk through it, and it gives them confidence before they make any big decisions or big investments in changing their space. So we're in bird's eye view here, and let's point out a couple of things now that you can see the room from this perspective. Okay, if you look at my cursor on the right, there's a door in the center of the space, and on the left, there's a window in the center of the space. So now if you take an imaginary line here and look at that imaginary center line, you'll see how everything pushed against the wall is kind of off balance. Now, in many living room spaces, it's the only choice that you have, and it's perfectly acceptable and it looks beautiful. But in a large living room space like this doesn't really work, and now you can see why as we look at it through the bird's eye view. So before we actually float the furniture, let's talk about a couple of things that are happening. Probably two of the most common decorating missteps that I see. It's an area rug that's too small and a coffee table that's too small. So when you have a too small area rug, it makes the room feel smaller. Okay, so decorating 101, go as big as you possibly can with an area rug. All right. When the coffee table is too small, a couple of things happen, and this is where I see things go south really quick in people's decor, and they just don't realize it. So the general rule of thumb for a coffee table is you want it to be closer to 2/3 the width of your couch. If it's around half or smaller, it's too small for the couch. And what happens is, in order for it to be the 12 to 18 inches it's supposed to be away from seating, being the couch and the chair, it means you have to really bring it even more towards the side of the space. And then in order for the chairs to be functional with the coffee table, they almost have to overlap that couch. So this is generally when I get the call from clients and they call me up and say, I bought all new furniture and I put it in and it just doesn't feel right. It's awkward. What did I do wrong? Why doesn't it feel right? Why can't I get the space right? And I go in, and this is generally what I see. So now that we talked about the area rug being too small, let's hide that. And we talked about the coffee table being too small. Let's hide that. And now let's go ahead and bring in an appropriately sized and scaled area rug. Now, right off the bat, you can see the bigger area rug makes the space feel so much bigger. So decorating 101, go as large as you can with an area rug, okay? And now let's bring in a coffee table that's about 2/3 the width of the couch like we discussed. Now, I'm going to orient it in the center of the space. And because it's bigger, that allows us to bring the furniture closer to it, but still not feel squished. Okay, so let's go ahead and move these accent chairs, and this allows us to expand them out. Okay, we're expanding the conversation area, still maintaining that 12 to 18 inches from the coffee table to the seating. Okay, let's bring that here. Okay, and again, you can see it's centered to the room. Now, right away, right? Okay, it feels a lot bigger. Now let's float the couch off the wall. There we go. Check that out. So much better. Now, it's perfectly acceptable to have the front half of your couch on the area rug and the back half of your couch off. Same thing with the chairs. If that's how it works out with your size area rug, where the back legs of your chairs and couch are off the area rug, that's perfectly acceptable, and that's exactly how it is here. So now let's quickly bring the table. Let's float the table. So that's functional. You want that to be near the couch. Okay. And let's pull the lamp in as well. Same thing on this side. And look at that. It's just What a difference already. Now, some of my clients, and I can hear you maybe thinking to yourselves, well, if we bring everything to the center of the space, doesn't that make it feel smaller? And I can see how people would feel that way. It's intuitive to think that when you bring things towards the middle, it's going to make the space feel smaller. But the rationale in a large space is this. When you give some breathing room around your furniture, it actually creates the feeling that the room is so large, it extends beyond the furniture. Your eye goes beyond the furniture and creates this much bigger, much more spacious feeling. It's like when you go into those beautiful hotel lobbies that are so grand and spacious and welcoming. Usually it's because the furniture is floated. You'll very rarely go into a nice hotel and see all the furniture pushed against the wall. It's the same concept that you'll see here. So we've given it space, we've given it some breathing room, and let's take a walk around here. Now look, it's centered, it's balanced, it doesn't feel cramped or small at all. And that's how you float furniture in a bigger space so that you don't have everything pushed against the wall. Okay, that's how we do it. Now let's go back to gallery view and check it out one more time and see how it looks rendered out. There you go. So that's how you float furniture and create balance, scale, and proportion in a larger living room space. Is this something that you would try? Have you been meaning to try to move your furniture around and just see why you can't get it right? Is this something that would help you? I'd love to hear how it works out for you if you give it a try. You can certainly reach out. You can call, click, or text. You can reach me at 631-629-5577 or email me at susan@colorenvydesign.com. You can visit my website for more inspirational videos like this at colorenvydesign.com. And I'd be so delighted if you followed me on Instagram for more inspiration photos to help you love your home a whole lot more while you're staying home a whole lot more. When you call me up, please mention the code FLOAT, FLOAT 21, so I know that you checked out the video, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And when you do call up, you can go ahead and schedule a complimentary 30-minute discovery chat so we can talk about all the ways that we can help transform your space and solve your color conundrums and decor dilemmas. Thank you so much again for taking the time to watch the video, and as always, wishing you all the greatest success on your project from my home to yours. Take care and be well, my friends.